This reading is going to be your voodoo messages. So we'll see if anyone's trying any voodoo with you, or if there's any voodoo affecting you, or if you should look into seeing if voodoo is for you. I don't personally practice it or anything. I just kind of had the idea for it, and I'm going for it. So pick number 1, number 2, or number 3, and then stick around for the very end for collective advice. So number 1, what's your voodoo coming at you? We'll get 3 for everyone. So there's 1. Can you see that? Kinda. There we go. Actually, we'll put number 1 here. We'll put number 1 all the way across, number 2 all the way across, and number 3 all the way across, and then collective advice. We'll do it that way. Alright. Spirits of the voodoo community, please come forward and share your knowledge with me. Alright, that's way too many for number 1. I'll pick this top one. They wanted to give me like this whole stack for number 1. Alright, number 2, let's get 3 for number 2. That is way too many. I'll take these 3. Alright, I asked and you are answering. And we'll get to the stone that this deck chose. Number 2, you feel a bit out of sorts, if I'm honest. Number 3, their voodoo messages. Number 3. Oh, if you're curious what deck I'm using, it's a flower deck I made. Basically, language of flowers. And this I got way before my actual flower deck. I just thought it would be a cool deck to make, and then I noticed other people had it, and I was like, cool. Oh, perfect. Alright. And collective advice. They want to give me 4 for the collective advice. Sure, why not? I'll take all the goodies you wish to give us the fruit of knowledge with. And then I'll use... Should I use the bottom of the deck? No. That could be an extra. Give me 1 more for my beautiful collective. That is more than 1. That's actually like 5. I'll take this one. Heard flower power. Some of you could have been growing up in the 60s or being into that kind of type of lifestyle is kind of what I'm getting. Like that's an era you really like. So number 1, number 2, number 3, and then my beautiful collective. Ooh, almost dropped this stone. So the stone this deck chose. Actually seeing a hippo, if I'm honest, in my third eye. Hippos are actually quite dangerous and antagonistic. Kind of getting maybe some people see you as dangerous or antagonistic at times. I heard, let's start a riot. There's that song that goes, fuck that shit, let's start a riot. Fuck that shit, no peace and quiet. I feel like someone's disturbed your peace recently, and maybe you're willing to create a riot from it, but you know, no good will come of it. You know, you'll simply destroy them, really. For those of you who know, you know. It's the peaceful ones you gotta watch out for. Or a diamond in the rough. Hearing that song, shine bright like a diamond. I don't know the lyrics. Now I'm hearing that song by Taylor Swift. I'm trying to think of how it goes. Something about calling your name till you come back home. I'm just gonna keep calling your name till you come back home. Oh, 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 until you come back home. Someone's really missing you. You feel like home to a lot of people. A lot of people feel at home in your energy. You're very comforting. And I'm seeing an elephant. You could remember things very well, and you could be someone people go to and they're like, hey, do you remember blah blah blah? And then you'll add to the story and be like, yeah, and then this happened, do you remember that? And they're just like, no, but I do now. So that is the energy I'm getting for this stone right here. So if that sounds like you, welcome. If it doesn't sound like you, well, let's see if any one of these do. So, are you number 1, number 2, or number 3? I'll start with number 1. Watchfulness and modesty. I'm hearing that song. I always feel like somebody's watching me, and I have no privacy. Whoa. People feel like you're watching them even when you're not watching them, because you're just naturally observant, and you'll be like, oh yeah, I saw that, and they'll be like, were you watching me? You make people nervous and you make them paranoid. You give off like cop energy, and what I mean by that is like people feel like they're doing wrong around you even when they're not, which is kind of funny. You make people nervous, number 1. I almost said number 2. You could have I'm getting you could have a message right here in number 2, specifically for someone very specific. How do they know it's for them? I heard you've played horseshoes before. Is that a thing? Is horseshoes an actual game? Oh, they're showing me where there's like a peg. Oh yeah, that is a thing. Okay, so horseshoes, if you don't know what it is, it's this game where there's this peg on the ground, and you take a horseshoe and you try and toss it and get it on the peg, and if you miss, you lose or whatever. That's what they showed me. I forgot, that is an actual thing. So you're into horseshoes, basically. I heard for some of you could just be really into horses. Play. People know not to play with you. Some people have tried some voodoo on you, and one of the reasons why they feel like you're always watching, one of the reasons why they feel like they shouldn't fuck with you is basically because whatever they did, I'm hearing that song, remember that the energy you send towards me is gonna hit you harder and come back times 3. Oh no, my cupcake fell off. Take that as a confirmation. That's my 3rd cupcake. Yeah, some people fucked with the wrong one, essentially, when it comes to you, and they've learned their lesson with you, but I don't think they've learned their lesson with others. I'd say it was like a group of people. I'm getting like maybe 3 or 4. Let's say like 2 men, 1 woman, maybe 1 non-binary, since like the way they're dressed is not distinguishable, and I wouldn't say their hair is like, they have really long hair, but they're dressed in like checkerboard shorts, some Vans, and I'm seeing a t-shirt that says I'm grumpy all the time. So this person could always be in a mood, and so you never know what you're gonna get with them. And then we have beauty. Okay, so the type of voodoo someone tried to do on you is you naturally look attractive, and apparently someone they liked you too, and you wouldn't think someone would wanna like I'm hearing they did hoodoo on you though, not voodoo. I heard that's some strong ass hoodoo. This person tried to make you less attractive. Like, they tried to wish acne on you. Not like anything like big or major. They just wanted to make you look less attractive. And I'm hearing like you looked more attractive. Maybe like your body, you noticed it had like thinned out or muscled up, or you got that booty going on for some of you, is what I heard. Like, they want to give you more cellulite there. Like, they wanted your eyes to look dull rather than shine with animation. And instead, it kind of happened to them. I heard tenfold, not even threefold, because they tried like several different things with you, not just like one. And like I said, they fucked with the wrong one. Your ancestors don't play with you. So these are your voodoo messages. Number 1, many blessings. Number 2, I heard number 2 likes to play games too. People try to play you. People try to act like they know more than you. People act like they're 3 steps ahead, but you're already like 10, is what I'm hearing. Mental beauty. And as I say that, I didn't look at it. You saw that, right? Mental beauty. I just picked up on that. That's just a confirmation for you and for me. Yeah. Like, you do it so flawlessly, so effortlessly, that people are like, wow, what grows? And people are picturing like your head is like this big garden, and instead of flowers, it's like full of knowledge. Like, you're almost like a head librarian in your own head or something. Interesting. You have a connection to Akashic Records that you could tap into if you wanted to. There are meditations on YouTube you can do for that. And if you'd like me to create one, you can just put it down below and I'd be happy to. Because you never know. Maybe you want me to make one. Alright, next up, I Love You. I'm hearing that song. I love you. I need you. I love you. I do. People think your intelligence is super hot and sexy, and when the words start like flowing from your mouth, they're just like drooling. So I'm getting, for some of you, like, it's not even your physical looks. Like, some of you are actually, you would describe yourself as plain looking, like, oh, there's nothing special about me, but your mind is just so beautiful and there's so much quality there. I heard you're created differently because you're meant to show the world mental prowess. Some people focus on their beauty, some people focus on their brains. You don't focus on neither. You just focus on learning knowledge to get further along in your journey. When it comes to like voodoo and things like that, people actually ask for blessings for you because you actually help them out. And you don't even need to try that hard. Like, a problem maybe they've been thinking of for 3 days, you solve it in like a couple hours. And it's not an easy feat. It's not like, which road should I take to go to Checkers or Walmart or wherever it is you go. It's more like, for 3 days, my car's been in the shop. They say they can't help me. I've been going back and forth. I went up there, they sent me away, whatever. And then you'll just be like, well, I've heard from other people. Or you'll look up online and you'll read the reviews for certain people, and then you'll be like, just get it transferred to this store, they can do it all for you, stuff like that. You come up with innovative ways people don't think of when it comes to like their problems in their life, and it just comes so easily and so naturally to you, and you're being told in this moment to realize how blessed you are to have that kind of knowledge, because it is difficult for people to figure out everyday things, and especially when it comes to problems. Some people just kind of freeze up, and you just kind of never have. So you're really reliable and intelligent. People think you're super attractive because of it. Like, people really have the hots for you. Number 2. Disappointment. Yellow carnation. Most people feel like they're a disappointment in comparison to you. They pray and hope to be more fluid when it comes to knowledge. I heard more athletic in the mind. It's almost like you've been training for the Olympics, for the Mind Olympics your whole life, and this journey is just a way for you to show off what you've learned, is kind of what I'm getting. But no one really misses you when you're gone, if I'm honest, because they do feel less than around you, but it's almost like they feel more secure with you in your presence. I'm getting no one really wishes bad upon you. They know better. You're here to help, here to heal. People don't really see you as a threat. They more so see you as an opportunity. People pray to be smart like you. People are grateful for you. They wish you blessings when they think of you. Like, people who are bitter, they feel like they can't be bitter just because you just do it so flawlessly. And it's like people meet you and they know you're born to be like as knowledgeable as you are, if that makes sense. Like, there's something about you inside people's subconscious that tells them this person is meant to give you the knowledge you're seeking, kind of thing. So, only good things for you. Number 2. People are really attracted to your big brain. I would be too. Because if the conversation is I mean, you can't just look at each other the rest of your lives. I mean, you can, but looks fade. Your mind, keeping it sharp is difficult, but you always keep it sharp. So you're very attractive, number 2. I agree with them. I find you attractive too, number 2. Many blessings, number 2. This was your voodoo reading. Number 3. I heard what about me? People feel left out with you. Number 3. People try to put like love spells and shit on you right off the bat. It's kind of what I'm getting. Desire and enthusiasm. I'm on point today. I didn't even look at the card, as you could tell. Picked up on that. Energy is strong in this reading. Like, I'm hearing that song, I want you to show me the way. I want you day after day. I don't know what song that is. I know it's like an oldie song that I've heard on the radio. But yeah, once people see you, they want it, they like it, they kind of want to get it. But here's the thing, people get overwhelmed and it's like they don't know what to do once they get you. You're very overwhelming and people think it'll be so exciting and amazing to be with you. But once they're with you, they're just kind of like, I don't know if I can handle this. And don't get me wrong, they try because they went to all that bother. But a lot of times I heard people just end up fumbling when it comes to you. When it comes to voodoo, people do it on themselves just to make them more appealing to you. I heard, if that makes sense. Which it doesn't to me. Rebirth. Yeah. They want to become somebody new, something new just to impress you. And people don't realize that you love them for them and their potential. And if you get with them, it's because you see them for who they really are. And they're so busy, like, trying to keep up with you that they're just, like, ruining themselves, and they end up kind of turning into someone they're not on accident because they're trying so hard to be all about you versus themselves, and it annoys you, it annoys them. I heard it's a chemistry thing, like you have more pheromones than most people. I'm kind of getting that when you're in your teens or when you were younger, you weren't attractive and you didn't have a whole lot of experience, but as you got older, like, people found you more and more attractive. I'm kind of getting that you're, like, really street smart, and like, you figured out a way to make, like, your presence appealing. You kind of look at yourself as a brand. Like, would I want to buy things for myself? Only you view it as, am I presentable? How do I look? How do I sound? Like, you pay attention to all the little details. I heard Virgo. So you could have that in your chart very specifically. Or 7th house. I don't know anything about astrology, so I'm just going to say whatever they tell me. But 7th house Virgo, I don't know what that means. I might look it up after this reading. But I don't even know if that's possible. People make things way more complicated than it needs to be with you, and you just don't understand it. And it's not something you're meant to understand, because, I mean, they don't even understand it, if I'm honest. Like, I heard there's something about you, and I'm hearing that song, because tonight is the night when two become one. Like, people are so wanting to become one with you that they basically try to become with you and lose themselves in you. I keep wanting to say, if that makes sense. If that makes sense. You might be someone who constantly says, if that makes sense. You might be someone who constantly wants people to understand you, not necessarily be you or be with you. I'm kind of getting you feel like people don't understand you and they mistake the things you say. Like, you could say something simple like, I want a hot dog, and they'll be like, oh, you must want a hot dog because it's good for this or that or the other, and you're like, no, I'm just kind of craving it. Like, it's weird. People try to read into you deeper than you actually try to be. You come off as really deep and unknowing and mysterious to people, but really you're just kind of a homebody who's just, like, very chill. And it's almost like people kind of create a personality on you, if I'm honest, that isn't really there, that doesn't really exist. So for you, number 3, when it comes to voodoo, people are practicing voodoo, hoodoo, shenanigans. I heard some witchcraft. I heard somebody say dietary instinct. So when it comes to food, your body kind of knows what it wants and what's good for it. And some people try to copy you rather than listen to their own body. And that's kind of how people screw themselves over. I was just told to explain it to you that way to make it simple. Okay. I heard get to it already. Faith. Hearing that song, you've got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. From Toy Story. You could have liked Toy Story as a kid. Faith. You gotta have faith, faith, faith. Oh, I hate that song. It's by George Michael. I'm hearing that song. You gotta have faith, faith, faith. It's like the universe is telling you to have faith that you're gonna meet somebody, or maybe you've already met somebody that makes you feel like they actually see who you are rather than try and figure out who you are. I'm hearing you have some ancestry when it comes to, like, voodoo culture, and if you're curious about that, feel free to look into it. The most I know about voodoo personally is I went to New Orleans with my mom, and we got lost the whole trip. I was using Google Maps, and I was the director, and it kept rerouting, and it was just so unreliable, and we pretty much walked the entirety of New Orleans, it seemed like, and we were lost the whole time, but we still had a great time. And everyone was so nice. Like, even the homeless people there were nice. That's just my experience. Like, the homeless people where I live, ugh. Not dissing on homeless people in general, but they don't act homeless, they act greedy. Now, some people I've met, maybe you've been homeless. I've been homeless. It's not easy, but just because you're homeless, it doesn't mean you have to act homeless. Like, most people would meet me and wouldn't know that I've, like, been through as much as I have, and I kind of feel like you're the same way, number 3. I think people don't realize that you've been through a lot in your life, and that's how you are the way you are, and that's how you've been humbled. And people are just so attracted to, like, your life experience and you as a human being because of your spirit, because you do have faith in reality and in humanity, and you're being asked to keep that faith, keep it going. I heard keep it going long and strong. These are your messages, number 3. Many blessings. Many blessings to all. If you stayed for your collective advice, we have friendship, modesty, sympathy. I heard symphony. I heard play that last little fiddle for me. You're not sympathetic towards yourself, but you're sympathetic towards others, and you should be nicer to yourself. I heard some of you are going through, like, a hard time. Purity, innocence, new start. For some of you, it feels like you're kind of, you feel like nothing's happening, but it's because there's a lot happening inside you. I heard on a molecular level. If you notice your body behaving weirdly and you don't know why, like if you feel sick for no reason, or if you feel tempted to do strange random things, you're going through like a Kundalini awakening. And for others of you, you're just getting like a spiritual upgrade. So if you don't feel sick, if you just feel randomly strange, like odd cravings, or you get acne where you haven't before, like weird things like that, it's a molecular thing. Interesting. And then we have justice. You're someone who's very fair and believes in justice, and you have justice coming to you in the form of some kind of payment. I heard a tribute to you. So I have 2 messages. If you have a social media platform, you can expect a fan to give you something that's very meaningful to you. And it's not money. It's something only you would value. Something like you've mentioned on your channel or whatever that you really love, etc. Now, for others of you who don't have a channel, or you're not someone who people follows or whatever, expect like a surprise cash gift or something like that from a friend, or for them to like take you out. They've kind of noticed you've been going through some hard times, and they want to do something like really nice for you. And for all of you, you can expect a surprise come this Sunday. It's gonna be a fun day. Now I'm hearing that song, 'cause it's Sunday, fun day, do 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 do, Sunday, fun day. That's such a fun and happy song. I can't remember who it's by. It's on like my work happy playlist on Spotify. Always cheerful. It's so funny that I was just thinking about that, and I was thinking about my work happy playlist, and then it says always cheerful. Yeah, it's time to cheer you up and make you feel better. So you're getting some gifties from the spiritual realm. And at the bottom of the deck for your voodoo message, eternal love. Some of you are going to be getting some love confessions, and some of you are just going to have people shower you with randomly strange compliments. Like, I'm kind of getting like you wanted your hair a certain way that day, and it didn't turn out the way you wanted, but you just left with it, and you're getting like lots of compliments because people are noticing it. they're noticing you switched it up or changed something different, like, or maybe like your favorite jacket is dirty because you didn't feel like washing it, so you wear a jacket you don't normally do. You're purposely being directed in the spiritual realm to do things slightly differently to get more notice from people because you deserve it. It's kind of the energy I'm getting from my overall collective. Your voodoo messages are pray loud, laugh loud, live loud. That's what the ancestors are calling for. So, remember, play loud, laugh loud, live loud. And they say what they mean by that is make it big. When you laugh, laugh from here. Laugh from your heart. When you're living, think about what the best possible thing that could happen could be right now. And that's what you are to focus on. This is your collective advice. This was your voodoo reading. Love, Magi Goddess. Many blessings to all. Look forward to the next one.